Hi everyone, welcome back to Abdelytics. Sometimes users select a date range with a slicer, see, just like I'm doing here, but the chart doesn't clearly show which part of the line belongs to that period. I recently tried a clever trick inspired by Bass Domain to highlight the selected window directly in the chart. Okay, so let me show you his post. This is the post that really inspired me, and I decided to do the same thing. Okay, so without wasting too much time, let's get started. Okay, so I have my table here, policies. It has only one column, which is the premium amount. I have the measure table. Okay, so now I want to create a calendar table first. So let's go and select new table and create the calendar, which will have two columns, the date and the end of month column. Okay, so I'll press enter and I have the calendar table created. Now the next thing is to create a relationship between the two main table. Okay, so I'll just drag the date to the start date, policy start date. Okay, and then I also have the policy end date, so I'll click save and I have the policy end date as well, so I'll drag that to policy end date. Okay, then I'll press save. Now once that is done, you can now go back to our view just to create our measures. Okay, so the first measure we need to create now is the total premium. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Total premium will be equal to sum premium amount. Okay, so we have the total premium. Now we can bring in our line chart. Okay, so let's bring this in. I'll select the total amount, and then for the x-axis I'll go to calendar and select the year month. Okay, so once that is done, I want to use the year month instead of the date hierarchy. Okay, so I have this now here. Now for us to be able to have our slicer here, we'll create a disconnected table. Okay, so let's create another table. I just have to highlight any table there, click new table, and I have this created. Okay, so this is the disconnected table. When you go to the model view, you'll see it here. Okay, no connection. Now let's go back. Yeah, and then we'll create two measures. For those measures, that's what I'll be using for the line that will show for the start and the end date. So the first measure is going to be start date. Okay, so new measure, go to our measure table, rather new measure, start date will be equal to the min. Okay, so the new table that we just created, calendar year month, and then I'll just copy this to create the end date measure. Okay, so new measure, and that will be used for the end date. Okay, and that will be max instead of min. Okay, so we have those two measures we are going to use to highlight the start and the end of the selected period. Now let me bring my slicer first so I can get it from here. So let me just take the slicer visual, and I'll go to the disconnected table, and select this. Quick formatting. So let's just go here. Slicer header is out. I'll just go here, advanced. I'll turn off the responsive, then bring it down here like this. I think this is okay. Then I'll go to size and style and turn off the background. This is okay for now. Good. Now what's happening is, for now, if I do any selection, nothing is happening. Okay, so first of all, let's select this visual. I want to quickly format that. Okay, turn off the background, go to x-axis, turn off the title, go to y-axis, turn off the title and the values. Okay, now I'll go to lines. I want it to be smooth. Okay, so now let's show the selected start date here, and for us to be able to do that, I'll select the visual again, go to reference line, I'll add a new line. The first one is going to be y-axis constant line. Okay, and I can rename this to be start date. Okay, now I'll go to conditional formatting here and select start date. Okay, so I have that here, and I'll click OK. So you can see the line is here. Now look at what happens. You see it's moving. Okay, so this is working. Let's do the same thing for the end date. Okay, so I'll select the visual again. I'll go to the reference line, add another one, and this is also going to be x-axis constant line. I'll go to conditional formatting and select the end date. Have we created the end date? Yes. That should be in our measure table. So this is it. Okay, so we have this now. Let me drag it. Let's see where it shows. You can see it's working. Very good. So now what we want to do is that the highlighted period, okay, should show the data labels. That's number one. And number two, we want to also highlight this, have some area shading somewhere here in between the start and the end date. Now, for us to be able to do that, first of all, if you look at this, for example, if I select the visual and I go and enable the data label, you can see it's showing everywhere, but we just want to show it here in between the start and the end date. So for us to be able to do that, okay, for us to be able to create a line in between here, okay, let's go and create a new visual calculation. So I'll just go to new visual calculation. I'll go to custom. Okay, and what I want to achieve here is that I want to create a column that will check if the value is in between the start and the end date. So that is going to be, for example, let's say data labels window. Okay, then I'll just say if the EO month, okay, is greater or equal to the start. You see that the start date is not showing. Why? Because it's not part of the visual that we have. So let me just cancel here. And for us to be able to have access to that, okay, let's go back, select this visual, and then let's add those two measures to the tooltip so we can utilize them. So I'll go here, drag the end date, and I also drag the start date, okay, to the tooltip. Okay, so now I can go back to my visual calculation. Okay, once I get there, I'll start all over again. So it's going to be data labels window. Okay, and that's where I'll use my if condition and say if the EO month is greater or equal to the start date. Okay, so you can see we have access to it now. And then the EO month is less or equal to the end date. Okay, show us the total premium. Okay, so that's it. Now you can see there's a new line that has been added. So what we are going to do is to disable the data labels for the main line and only show that of the new line, the newly added line. Okay, so let's go back to report. Once I get here, I'll go to data label quickly and select the first one, which is total premium. I don't want to show this. Okay, so you can see it's only showing for the newly added line, and I'll select I will now go to lines here, select the data labels window. Okay, go to its color. I want to maintain the same color because of the shading I'm going to use. So let me just make it transparent. Okay, so that the other line will always be there. And the next thing I'll do is to go to shade area, select this, but I don't want to use I only want to maintain the shade area of the newly added line. So I'll select the total premium and just say area transparency should be 100, so we don't need that. And look at this. Okay, so now if you want to continue, let's see if everything is okay. You can see everything is working as expected. Yeah, now the shading, we can increase that. Okay, so let's select this. Instead of 60%, I can make it maybe let's say 85%. Okay, so this is it. Now if you want to format it further, maybe you don't want to show these two lines. Okay, so you can still go to the reference line, select the first one. Okay, so we haven't changed this one to end it. Okay, so select the start date first, go to the line and just make the transparency 100%. You see it's no more there. You can decide to do the same thing for the second one, or also if you want to maintain the line, make them solid, you can do that, or change the colors. Let's bring this back and change the colors. You can do that as well. Very good. Now the next thing we need to do is this inside I have here. Okay, so let's go back here, and the first thing we have to do to be able to achieve that, we need to create a measure. So let me just copy and paste from the other side and come to my measure table, new measure. Okay, so I'll just paste this here. This is it. What is this doing? It's just calculating the premium of the selected period. So first of all, you create a variable that picks the start and then the end, and then it filters by the selected period. Then it gives you the premium for the selected period. So here, for example, if I want to just show that, I can just click anywhere here just to show it. Okay, so this is the premium for the selected period. Okay, so the moment I move it, I can see it's changing. That's the total premium for the selected period. Okay, and then the next one is the percentage of the selected period premium of the total. So let's just go here, new measure again, and I'll just paste this here. So this is just picking the measure we just created now for the selected period premium, and then it's picking the total, then it's doing a division for us to get the percentage. Okay, so we have that also. And finally, I created an insight out of those. So I have another measure that will display the insight. So let's go again, new measure. Okay, so we have this also here. So it picks the start date, the end date, the selected premium, and the selected percentage that we just created. Okay, then this is what I just formed out of it. You see, formatting the date and then just concatenating them to create an insight. So let me press enter here. We have this also created. So the next thing we are going to do is just to go here. First, I don't need the legend. Okay, so I'll go to title. For the title, I'll just say premium trend. Okay, then I'll go to subtitle. subtitle, what I'll do is to add the measure I just created. So I'll go to conditional formatting, and then I'll look for selected period premium inside. Then I click OK. Look at this. So let's make it a bit bigger. Okay, look at this. So look at what I have. Yeah. So remember to subscribe, like, and share. We need to credit Buzz Domain for this. I mean, an amazing job. Okay, so remember to subscribe, like, and share. And now this brings us to the end of what I picked from Buzz Domain. Credit to him. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And if you have any comment, if you need any help, just let me know. Okay, thank you. Bye.